let's work a bobble. Bobbles can actually be worked in quite a few different ways. We are going to do a 3-stitch bobble, and I am just going to walk you through the process so you know how it's done. So first I'm going to get to the stitch I want to use for the bobble. I'm going to use this stitch right here. So what I'm going to do is work 2 extra stitches, or increase 2 stitches into this 1 stitch, so that by the time I'm finished I have 3 stitches where I really started with 1. And to do that I work a knit, and then I bring the yarn forward and work a purl, and then I bring the yarn back and I work another knit into that same stitch. All right, see there how I have now 3 stitches in that 1 spot. Creates kind of a big gap on the bottom. Don't worry about that. It'll kind of work itself out once you get your bobble finished. All right, so once you get your 3 stitches in place, we're going to go to the back of our work and we're going to purl those 3 stitches just like normal. I like to keep my working yarn nice and tight. That way your bobble doesn't get too loose or flimsy around the edges. Also, don't be too picky about, sometimes we worry that our bobbles aren't quite perfect. It's okay. It's just a bobble. It's just knitting, and it kind of works itself out. All right, now I've turned to the front again, and now I'm going to knit those 3 stitches. I'm working back and forth on these 3 stitches a couple of times because I'm basically creating a little bit of extra fabric that's going to become that little bobble pillow. See that, how we're getting a little bit of space there. All right, we're going to go back to the back one more time. Again, we're going to pull this working yarn nice and tight. Whoop. While we go. If only I could get it on there. Then we could purl it. There we go. All right, pull it nice and tight. Purl the 2nd stitch, and now purl the 3rd. All right, I'm going to turn it back to the front. Now we've got this little very obvious interruption in our knitting. That is going to become the bobble. Now, to finish this up, we're going to slip the 1st stitch as if to purl. Then we're going to knit the next 2 stitches together. Try not to lose it off our needles here. All right, I've got that done. Then I'm going to take that 1st stitch that I did and I slip it over the 2nd stitch. So now I've kind of closed my bobble. See that? And you have to manipulate the bobble. Twiddle it a little bit with your fingers to get it the way you want it. Don't worry, it's not going to be perfect. All your bobbles will not be exactly the same. It's okay. It's just knitting, but it is kind of fun to create some added texture in your design, especially if you have a background with a lot of other texture. Bobbles will really stand out.